Calaroga Shark Media. Hello and welcome to Murder Weekly. This episode is titled The Carousel's Secret.
Winter Wonderland Park was known for its spectacular Christmas Carousel, a marvel of craftsmanship and joy. Intricately painted horses, reindeer, and mythical creatures spiraled upwards, adorned with shimmering gold leaf, brilliant sapphires, and emerald inlays. The canopy above twinkled with thousands of fairy lights, casting a magical glow on the snow-dusted grounds below. As the carousel at Winter Wonderland Park began its gentle rotation, the air filled with the enchanting sounds of its music box. The melodies of classic Christmas carols, rich and warm, flowed seamlessly from one to the other. The notes of Silent Night offered a serene start, soon giving way to the lively and familiar strains of Jingle Bells. The tinkling charm of The Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy added a whimsical touch, followed by the powerful and resonant tones of O Holy Night. The festive cheer of Deck the Halls filled the air with energy, and finally the nostalgic melody of White Christmas wrapped the scene in a blanket of dreamy wistfulness. Together, these songs created a magical, almost timeless atmosphere, turning the carousel into a revolving centerpiece of joy and celebration amidst the Winter Wonderland. On a crisp December night, the carousel's magic was shattered by a gruesome discovery. A body was found on one of the ornate horses, a lifeless figure in stark contrast to the surrounding cheer. The victim was identified as Michael Townsend, a well-liked craftsman known for his work on the carousel. Detective Judy Bennett, a sharp-witted investigator with an eye for detail, was assigned to the case. The park manager, Clara Simmons, was the first to be questioned. A stern woman in her 50s, Clara ran the park with an iron fist. "Clara Simmons?" Judy asked, flashing her badge. "I'm Detective Bennett. I need to ask you a few questions about Michael Townsend." Clara took a long drag of her cigar, blowing smoke into the cold air. "Michael, huh? What's that troublemaker gotten himself into now?" "He's been found dead on your carousel," Judy replied, her tone even. Clara snorted, a humorless smile on her lips. "Dead? Can't say I'm surprised. The guy was a walking disaster." "Did you have any issues with him?" Judy probed, observing Clara's nonchalant attitude. "Issues? With Michael?" "Honey, I have issues with my morning coffee. Michael was just another thorn in my side. Always late, always arguing about some artistic nonsense." Judy noted her dismissive tone. "Where were you last night, Clara?" Clara raised an eyebrow. "You think I did him in? Please. I was at a poker game with some old friends. You can check. They'll vouch for me." And they would be. "A bunch of washed-up carny folks who'd rather bluff than breathe," Clara replied, a hint of fondness creeping into her voice. "But they're good for an alibi." Judy jotted down the details. "I'll be checking that, Clara. One last thing. Did you notice anything unusual around the carousel or with Michael recently?" Clara shrugged. "Unusual is the norm around here, Detective. But Michael? He was just the usual pain, nothing more." As Judy turned to leave, Clara called out, "Hey, Detective, you find out who did Michael in. You let me know, all right? I may not have liked the guy, but nobody deserves to end up dead on a merry-go-round." Judy nodded, leaving Clara in a cloud of cigar smoke, her surly exterior masking a complex web of emotions about the carousel and the people who surrounded it. Next, they interviewed Henry, the carousel operator. Henry was an old-timer with a love for stories and a deep connection to the carousel. He spoke fondly of Michael, mentioning how Michael had recently had an argument with a fellow craftsman, Alex. Alex, a younger and more modern artisan, clashed with Michael over the restoration techniques of the carousel. Their artistic differences had escalated into a heated exchange a few days before Michael's death. As Detective Bennett dug deeper, she discovered that Michael had been working on a secret compartment in the carousel, rumored to hold a valuable antique ornament. The plot thickened when they found the compartment empty. The investigation took a turn when they learned about Michael's estranged sister, Heather. Heather had recently returned to town after years of absence. A visit to her revealed a bitter inheritance dispute between her and Michael over a family heirloom, which was none other than the missing carousel ornament. While the pieces of the puzzle started to fit together, Judy felt something was amiss. She revisited the carousel late one night, poring over every detail. Her attention was drawn to the intricate patterns and symbols painted on the carousel. She realized that the patterns were not just decorative, they were a coded message. The code led Judy to a hidden locker in the carousel's control room. Inside, they found a collection of letters between Michael and an anonymous lover, referred to only as H. The letters spoke of a planned elopement and the fear of someone finding out. The detectives confronted Henry with this new evidence, and his demeanor changed. He confessed that the anonymous lover was him. They had kept their relationship a secret, fearing judgment and backlash. The night of the murder, Michael had planned to meet Henry at the carousel to run away together, but he never showed up. Henry was heartbroken, but had an alibi for the night of the murder, confirmed by security footage. Judy revisited Heather, pressing her about the night of Michael's death. Under pressure, Heather cracked. She admitted to confronting Michael at the carousel about the heirloom. During their argument, Michael fell and hit his head on one of the horses. In a panic, Heather fled, leaving Michael's body on the carousel. The mystery of the Christmas Carousel was solved, but it left a bittersweet aftermath. Michael's death was a tragic accident shrouded in secrets and misunderstandings. As the carousel continued to turn, its music playing softly under the twinkling lights, it stood as a reminder of the delicate balance between joy and sorrow, especially during the festive season. In the aftermath of the solved mystery, the Christmas Carousel at Winter Wonderland Park spun with a melancholic grace. The once vibrant and joyful horses now seemed to carry a somber weight, their painted eyes gazing ahead as they made their slow, monotonous journey in an endless circle. The carousel's music, once a source of cheerful carols, now seemed to echo the tragic tale of Michael's accident, a poignant reminder of the secrets and misunderstandings that had unfolded in its shadow. The twinkling lights, which had once sparkled with festive brightness, cast a subdued glow, highlighting the carousel's intricate details and the solemn expressions of the mythical creatures upon it. The park, filled with laughter and merriment, contrasted with the carousel's newfound solemnity, a poignant emblem of the delicate balance between joy and sorrow that the festive season often brings.
Murder Weekly is a Calaroga Shark media production, written and hosted by Aidan I. Flanagan, produced by Mark Francis, executive producers Mark Francis and John McDermott. Calaroga Shark Media.